Namaste, welcome. Vinyasa today. As always, make sure that you take good care of yourself on the other side of this camera. If anything isn't working for you, by all means modify it as much as you need to. Take as many breaks as you need, and just honor your body and most importantly your breath today as you move your way and through your practice. So we'll begin in wide-legged child's pose. So feet come together, knees move apart. Settle your hips back to your heels as it feels comfortable for you. If you have some props and that doesn't work, a block between your hips and your heels can feel really good to take the pressure off your knees and your feet. So that's always a good idea. And that block or bolster or pillow can also go underneath your head if it feels too intense to bring your head to the ground or your hands. And otherwise, just let your body melt down for a few moments towards the earth. Stretch the arms out as far as they'll go. Eyes closed. And start to breathe. Nice, slow, smooth breaths in and out through your nose. Notice how the breath begins to anchor you into the moment, into your practice. Invitation to dissolve whatever it might have taken for you to get here, whatever is coming up after your class, and really bringing yourself into a space of presence in your body, into your practice. Lift up just a little bit so you can slide your right arm underneath your chest. We're trying to bring the right shoulder down. The forehead is still on the ground. That left shoulder closes down. So we're just opening the upper back. Left fingertips perhaps walk a little bit more forward if that's possible. Hips are still back and down. So all that's changed really in the posture is your right arm reaching to the left. Long deep breaths, inviting it into the upper back on that right side, the back of your heart. And let's switch sides. So extend the right arm out in front of you, fingertips down if that's possible. Left arm underneath you, forehead back on the ground. Soften the left shoulder, hips, face. Just a few deep breaths here into the back body. And let's stretch the left arm forward, palms down. Just take a breath in and a breath out. And come up slowly to your hands and knees as you inhale. And then downward facing dog as you exhale. Hips are going to lift towards the sky. Feel free to move around in your body as much as you need here, pedaling your feet if you like. And then as you pedal your feet, just feel the back line of the body start to wake up. And maybe you notice that there's some stagnation through the hamstrings or the lower back, so feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to until there's freedom and you can feel like it's really breathable in your body, so there's no tensing or tightening of your breath. And then come into some stillness in your downward dog for a couple of breaths.
Notice if you need to change it for your physical or your energetic body. So maybe the knees have to come down or your elbows onto the ground. And then let's soften our knees back down onto the mat. So we're back in table pose. We'll take our left arm up towards the sky as we breathe in. And then as you exhale, keep your right arm straight. Just reach under your body like you did in wide-legged child's pose and look over to the right. And then inhale, take your left arm back up towards the sky, maybe look up. And exhale again, right arm straight, just reach under your body to the right and look to the right. And then one more time, inhale, take that arm up. And exhale, this time dive all the way down. Bend the right elbow, bring your head and your shoulder to the ground, and make sure there's weight forward and even between your knees. So some of that weight's gonna come over to the left side. And then if it's possible, if you feel stable, right arm is gonna reach behind you for your left inner thigh. So you have a little half bind going. Massaging any of that tension or constriction you feel in your body with your breath. And we'll bring the right hand to the ground. Slowly push yourself up onto your left hand as well, so table pose. And then we'll do the other side. So as the inhale takes your right arm up, only look up if that feels okay. Left arm stays straight, reach under, look to the left. And then inhale, push into your left hand, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, dive under the body, look over to the left. One more time, inhale, open it up. And exhale, dive and come all the way down softly to the ground. So it's not a child's pose, right? So we were already doing that. Now we want to bring a bit more intensity into it. So leaning forward. And if it's possible, take that left arm up over your head, reach it back behind you for your right inner thigh. As you do that, left hip pulls back in space. And then really send the breath as much as you can into the back of your body. So you feel really fullness in the back of the lungs. And then bring your left hand down, right hand to the ground, table pose. We'll flush that out a little bit. So as you inhale, belly drops down, heart lifts up. And exhale, rounding the back. And we're working the spine a lot today in all its directions. So as you inhale, belly down, heart lifts, shoulders back. And then exhale, round the back. Do that one more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in to your cow pose. Tuck your toes, exhale into downward facing dog, lifting the hips nice and high. As you inhale, lift your heels up in your down dog, bend into the knees, and exhale, step your feet all the way up towards the top of your mat. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart so you have lots of space. Soften through the knees, fold over the legs. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw the navel towards the spine, soften your head and your neck. And then slowly, keeping the chin tucked in, knees bent, roll up nice and mindfully through the spine. If it doesn't feel good, come up with a flat back. Roll the shoulders back, lift your head up last. Once you arrive at standing, take your arms up over your head, inhale. As you exhale, hold on to your elbows so you feel your arms at the top of your head. Push down through your feet, inhale, try to crawl out of your waist, and as you exhale, over towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, come back up slowly, and then exhale over to the left side of your mat. And inhale, come up slowly. As you exhale, move over to the right side of your mat. Bend into your knees and start to pour your body to the right and down, and then come to the center of your mat. So I'm not mirroring you, so listening, go over to the left side. Use your right elbow on the left side to pull you you up. So it's like you're tracing a big circle, right? And then you go over to the right, soften the knees, come through to center, and just keep going like that in the rhythm of your own breath. So over to the left, use the elbows to help you up, tracing that big circle over your head. One more time to the right side. And then inhaling up over the left side. And once you're standing, go to the left. As you exhale, bend the knees quite a bit so you can circle down. And bend your knees, sometimes we don't like to do that because we think that we're going to take the stretch out, but it actually helps you stretch deeper if your knees are bent until you're standing up. So 2 more, over to the left and down, through the center, right and up. And then one last time. Just moving your breath with your body. Really working through the spine. And then standing up. Once you're up, reach your arms up. Push into your feet. Inhale deeply. Exhale, fold forward over the legs and bend towards the ground. On an inhale, lengthen the spine. Look for those natural curves in your back. And then exhale, place your hands down to the mat. Step your left leg back behind you and keep your knee off the ground if you can. Left hand is down. Right arm is going to go up towards the sky, breathing in. And as you exhale, reach under your right leg and look over to the left. Inhale, take your right arm up. And then exhale, dive under the leg, look to the left. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. And one more. Inhale, open up through the arm. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down. We're going to shift over to the long edge of the mat, wide-legged forward fold. So your butt is the highest point as you slowly fold between your legs. And we're going to walk our hands over towards our left leg and slowly, gently pull the nose towards the left knee. Now, as you fold in, try to push your hips a little bit more to the right side or the right leg. So that way, you're trying to lengthen right hip to right fingertips. And then you're going to walk back towards the top of your mat. So slide your hands over, turn your right toes out, bend the right knee, plank pose. So right foot steps back by your left foot. From plank pose, inhale here, you might place your knees as you build strength through the core, protect your shoulders, and exhale, lower all the way down slowly to the ground. Once you land, toes point back, sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders back into the sockets, and then lift your head and chest, and maybe float your thumbs off your bum. Take a few long breaths here, strengthening through the back line, but also getting that back bend through the spine, a little compression in the vertebra. If it's too much, lower your forehead down. Just stay with those natural curves of the spine. And exhale, release your body softly to the ground. And then table or plank pose, inhale to push yourself up. And exhale into downward facing dog. Sliding the feet together so the knuckles of your big toes touch. Inhale your left leg to the sky, nice and high. As you exhale, bring your knee under your body to your right arm. So left leg, right arm, little twist. And then inhale, take that left leg up to the sky. And exhale, bring the knee to the nose so you can step your foot up softly between your hands. Right hand stays down, left arm sweeps up, breathe in. And exhale, dive under your left leg and look to the right. So just twisting your cervical spine, your neck. Inhale, we'll twist to the thoracic spine. Exhale, dive under and look to the right. One more time, breathe in. breathe out. Breathe in to open. And then hand comes down so you can transition wide-legged forward fold. Feet turn to the long edge of your mat. Soften the spine. Relax your head to the ground. And then start to slowly walk your hands over towards your right ankle, drawing your nose towards your right knee. And then with that, push your hips a little bit more to the left. So you want to feel an opening through your left side waist more than anything. So if you need to, bend both your knees even, right? And then take some nice long drinks of breath. And we'll sweep the hands back to the top of the mat to come into a lunge. Now we're going to step our right foot forward, and once we arrive, lift and lengthen on the inhale. And exhale, fold and relax. Inhale all the way up to stand. Arms will reach over your head. Once you arrive, hold your right wrist and exhale, tip your body to the left. And then come back up slowly, breathe in. Hold the opposite wrist, exhale to the right. Inhale, come back up to stand. Pull your hands right back down in front of you as you exhale to the ground. Then inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine again. And as you exhale, this time your left leg is going to go back behind you, and then your right leg to meet it in plank pose. From your knees or your toes, inhale. And as you exhale, buoyantly and slowly lower down. Loop the hands behind you so you interlace your fingers your non-habit way. So the opposite thumb that you're used to is against your bum. Shoulders roll back, back of your head and your heart lift up. Maybe your hands, and then this time maybe your feet come up as well. If not, push into the feet, use them for leverage. Nice little flush for the kidneys and the adrenals here as well, creating space around the heart. Amplifying our circulation and blood flow through the body. This helps the lymph system as well, keeping us nice and healthy and vital. Let's release down. Hands under the shoulders, table or plank pose, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. And once you arrive in your down dog, take your right leg up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, cross it under the body to your left arm, breathing out. Inhale, take your right leg back and up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your knee to your nose, step your foot up between your hands. Take your right arm up to the ceiling. And we're going to stay in the twist this time, but we're going to come up to stand. So as you lift your head over your hips, left arm forward, right arm back. Now we're going to take that right arm in a big circle. So your right arm is going to go forward and up as you inhale, chest straightens. As you exhale, your right arm is going to sweep down by your hip. Left arm forward, right arm back. So right arm is going to go up to the ceiling as your left arm meets it. And then exhale, left arm forward, right arm circles back. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale into the twist. Good. Inhale, take both arms up over your head. And as you exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Lean forward over your right leg, deep inhale. And as you exhale, left elbow touches or lands on your right thigh. Softly twist your chest open to the right. Option here, right arm behind you for a half bind. If binding is in your practice, reach the left arm under your right leg. And the tendency is here to kind of push all your weight back into the left leg. I want you to shift forward a bit more. Slow the breath down. And then release release your hands gently to the ground. Turn into the long edge of your mat to set up for a wide-legged forward fold. And as you breathe in this time, come up onto your fingertips, lengthen through your spine. Make sure there's even weight in both your feet so the hips are level. And when you're ready, take your left arm up over your head. So this is where we tend to drop the right hip down so we feel like we're twisting more. Push into your right hip. So you really get through the thoracic spine, chest, and shoulders. And then you're going to take that left hand, the one that's above you, reach under your right arm towards your right ankle. Now tiptoe your right fingers forward in front of you. So you dive under your right arm to look at the ceiling, kind of like you're trying to sniff your armpit. And then can you walk your right hand to the left over your head a bit more? So it's a pretty deep twist. This is where you're going to want to push your hips to the right, push them back over to the left. And bring your hands under your shoulders. Lengthen out the spine again. Breathe in. Leave your left foot right where it is. Turn your right toes to the top of the mat. Bend your right knee. And then left arm is going to sweep you up into warrior two. You got it. Beautiful. And then left arm is going to cross under your right arm. Then the elbows to the back of the hands or the palm of your hands come together. It's your option. You can also take your shoulder blades for a little hug. And then soften the hips down, reach your fingertips up. Navel point tries to draw back and look over your right shoulder, just like if you had normal warrior two arms. Gazing to the right softly. Nice, slow, smooth breath. And then we'll unwind the arms into our regular warrior two. And as when we started, your arms will reach up, grab a hold of your right wrist, pull up, and if there's room, lean back. Soften your gaze to your left toes. So the vertebral column is really one of the most important parts of the body in the tradition of yoga. So that suppleness and its health and vitality is really important for our energy as well as our physical health. Let's inhale the arms out nice and wide. And exhale, bring your hands down gently to the ground. Step back into plank pose. Your choice, all the way to the ground, or you can stop halfway and chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left leg up slowly, inhale to the sky. And exhale, step your left foot forward right between the hands. We've already balanced out the other side. Take your left arm up. And there's no rush, so feel free, find your right fingertips first, and then as you maintain your balance, use your breath to come up and lift. So at first it feels a little awkward because we're just going to take the arm up over the head and straighten out the chest, inhale. And then the left hand is going to go forward and down by the hip as you twist to the left, exhale. And so it's the big circles again, inhale, take the arms up. Exhale to twist to your left. It's like you're swimming with that left arm. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in, arms reach up, straightening the torso. Exhale, hands to heart, lean forward. Pause. Inhale. Right elbow, top or outside of your left thigh. And then you have those options again. Left arm can go up. Reach behind you, full bind if that's in your practice. You went for that bottom hand, make sure that you're still leaning back, not forward. Weight is forward. And then your hands come down slowly to the ground. We'll turn to the long edge of the mat again. Toes to the long edge of the mat as well. Fingertips on the ground so your chest pulls forward. This time your right arm is going to go up. So I'm just going to turn to face you so we're on the same page. Your right arm is going to go up. And you're going to hold that, push your hips over to the left a little bit more. And so you're in that nice open twist. Imagine your chest point, the center of your chest, lifting up the highest. And that right arm dives under your left arm to your left ankle or shin or thigh, whatever you can grab. And then your fingertips of your left arm just reach forward, like if you're doing down dog on your fingertips. And you try to peek under your left armpit so the left shoulder will roll back and your hips now push to the right. And then if there's room, left hand walks to the right side of the mat. Nice big belly breath to massage the abdominal organs, strengthen the diaphragm. And then hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up as you inhale, just to get some space so we can turn the left toes out. Right toes stay as they are. And then the right arm is going to help us sweeping forward and up into warrior two. And then this time the left arm crosses underneath the right arm. So back of the hands, palm of the hands come together. Keeping our Virabhadrasana two legs, we gaze over the left shoulder with soft eyes. Try to push the elbows forward and draw the navel back. If you're feeling really steady and stable, you can even try with your eyes closed. And that changes our proprioception, right? Our reality of how we feel and how we embody space. Let's take the arms out wide, inhale. And then reach them up over your head. Hold your left wrist, and as you exhale, dump back over your right leg. Just imagine that you're opening the left side of your heart a little bit more. An invitation for deeper breaths if there's room. And back into warrior two, breathing in. And hands to the ground, breathing out. Your choice again, inhale, table or plank. And if you'd like, exhale, lower all the way or hover. Cobra or upward dog, breathe in. And downward dog, breathing out. Good, and next exhale, bring your knees softly to the ground. We're gonna shift the legs forward, sit on our bum. So I'll do my best to mirror you. We'll take the legs out nice and wide. Your left leg will stay out long. Your right foot will come in towards your hip. Left hand is down on your left leg. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. As you exhale, the leg is out to the side enough that you can slide over to the side. And now personally here, I like to bend my elbow and catch my head. But if that's not available, you can come up a little higher. But we're also going to work with the neck a little bit too, so if catching your head doesn't work, that's fine. Top hand now is going to reach behind your back again for your left inner thigh. So you'll have a half bind, right shoulder rolling back. And the tendency is here to kind of look up, but ultimately looking to the side, or even, as I sometimes like to do with that half bind, is just drop the left shoulder to the left ear even more, and then angle the chin instead of your eyes. So you find that sweet spot in your neck. Look down towards the left leg and release your right hand. So gently turn your chest and your belly down to your left leg so you fold towards it. This is a great point to use a pillow or a block or anything that you might have between your head and your knee. And we want to make sure that we're not kind of collapsing over there. So that knee that's bent is still working its way to the ground. Our weight is still over into the right hip. So in the tradition of yoga, we have not only, cerebral spinal fluid, and all of the major nerve bundles that help us move, and sensory motor neurons, help us think about movement and so on, really key to this practice. But in yoga we have Kundalini, that life force energy that runs through the energetic spine, we call Sushumna Nadi. Let's come up slowly, take your time. And we'll simply switch sides. So hugging the left foot in, extend your right leg out. And if that knee that's bent is ever a lot higher and there's strain on your ankle, bring your foot forward more and place something underneath the knee so you feel really supported in yourself. And you don't have to struggle to be in the postures at all. Right hand down on your right leg, left arm goes up. And then gentle little tip over of the body. So again, if you want to work with your neck, you can just leave your right arm as it is. Otherwise, left arm is going to sweep behind you, so the back of the hand is on your lower back, or reaching for your left inner thigh as your right shoulder rolls back. And then I like to soften right ear to right shoulder. Maybe close the eyes. Just enjoying your breath, breathing your body, the simplicity. Especially right now, there's so much happening in the world, right? It's good to just disconnect and find some simplicity, some stillness, some ease, soothing the nervous system. Left hand come down, softly turn your body towards the right leg and rest over the right leg as best as you can. Again, just to keep it super simple, trace your breath up and down the central channel of your spine. Even if it's in a different, shape than seated. You feel that the breath gets stuck a little bit somewhere, maybe on the right side, mid-back. Send an extra amount of energy and breath there. Bring ourselves up to sit. Take your time. And then both legs will extend straight out, toes point to the sky. If there's room to go a little wider at this point, feel free. Those blocks can come forward underneath your forearms if you'd like, as you make your way down towards the ground. Just make sure when you're in Upavishta Konasana, so this wide-legged seated posture, that there's a hinging of your hips, right? So we're not going in reverse. If so, just focus on trying to get up nice and tall and find those natural curves of your spine. And then if there's room, come down towards the ground a little bit more. And just a way to neutralize the back, neutralize the legs from those asymmetrical postures to symmetrical ones. You don't have to go far to get a lot. breath in, bring yourself back up to sit slowly. We'll help the feet back in to sit in a cross-legged position. Feel free to sit up on a prop if you have one so that you're more comfortable, especially if your knees are quite high up. That can help a lot. We'll place the palms up on the thighs. Close the eyes. There's a mudra that you like, so position with your hands that feels safer or more soothing. By all means, use that. And then try to resist any urges to fidget or look at your phone or move around, fix your clothes, or anything else that might be happening at home. And instead, imagine yourself in this really regal pose. You're sitting on a throne. Put a lot of effort and energy into the postures, the exterior, the outside world, how we look, how we relate. Right now we learn to reign over our inner landscape, our inner selves. Anything that you might hear around you, remind you of what you're doing right now. So instead of pulling you away from your practice, it's pulling you in deeper to your practice. Allow anything that you feel in your body be like language, so it's like learning a new language. It takes time and patience and practice. The body communicates in various ways that have nothing to do with words. And so instead of trying to move away from what you feel, can you hold space for it? Expand around it a little bit more. Let's try to learn from it. And if you'd like, you're welcome to stay in your meditative seat to end the practice, or if you feel called to roll back into Shavasana, you're welcome to that as well. And I'm going to hold the space, so whatever you decide, let yourself drop right in. Go as deep as you can. And I'll pull you out when the time is right.
breath a little bit more. And as you awaken your body slowly through your fingers and your toes, sense your body coming back to life. Let your ankles and your wrists move. Maybe stretch the arms back like it's first thing in the morning. Hug the knees in towards the chest if you're laying on your back. And then either rocking on the spine or rolling to the side, bring yourself up to sit. Take your time. We'll meet back there with the eyes closed, hands at heart center. Created that container for the sacredness of this moment. See if you can even enjoy it now as you know that there is a transition coming. And then honor and acknowledge the effort that you put into your practice. Effort for showing up for yourself. Maybe a psychic high five or a virtual hug for anybody who might have helped you get here. Not only to this practice today, but this space in your life. And then moving the thumbs up to your forehead, we acknowledge each other and the light and the love that exists within by bowing forward and offering namaste.